Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraya Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Grandraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. So we're going to read Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 27th chapter, titled as Understanding the Material Nature. Kapila Dev is explaining to Mata Devhuti how the soul is connected with the body. Soul is put into this body. This body is made up of material nature. So soul is spiritual and the body is material. So soul is put into this body. This material nature, the body and the things around us, is composed of 24 elements, which we discussed in detail. Now, when the soul comes in contact with the body, the soul gets connected with the body. And the soul starts thinking that I am this body. It's like an illusion which is created. And under the influence of this illusion, and a soul gets the ego. This ego is that I am the enjoyer of this body. Actually, this body is for serving Krishna. But the soul thinks that I am the enjoyer, I am the proprietor of the body, and everything around me is mine. As soon as the soul starts doing that and thinking that it is mine, the soul gets punished by getting another type of body, the body after body after body. Because every body, every living entity has a body which has a suffering, repeated birth and death. And when there is a death, you don't like it. When there is a pain, you don't like it. When there is a disease, you don't like it. Nobody wants disease, right? Nobody wants pain. Nobody wants suffering. Nobody wants death. But ultimately, that is the consequence, because the soul gets entangled into the repeated karmic reaction and it has to take birth again and again. But Kapila Dev is saying to Mata Devhuti that one hears the Krishna Katha, then the Krishna Katha becomes the source of liberation from the material bondage. And hence, one should engage oneself into the Krishna Katha, hearing and chanting Krishna's name. Because by hearing Krishna Katha, one understands that we are beyond this body. This body is just a covering. Then Mata Devhuti, hearing this, she is asking a question about the connection between the body and the soul. The Devhuti Mata is asking question here. Shloka number 17. Devahutirvacha Purusham Prakrutir Brahman Na Vimunchati Karhachet Anyonya Anyoya. You can repeat Anyoya Aparshyavat Cha Anyona Aparshyavat Cha
Anyoya Parshayatva Cha
Niyatvat Anyayo Prabho Niyatvad Anyayo Prabho. Devhuti, I will recite the whole shloka for benefit of us. Devahutirvacha Purusham Prakrutir Brahma Na Vimuchati Karhachit Anyonya Parshayatvacha Nityavad Anyanyo Prabho. Devhuti is asking Devhuti is asking to Kapila Dev. Devhuti inquired, my dear Brahman, does material nature ever give release to the spirit soul? Since one is attracted to another eternally, how their separation is possible? A very important question Mata Devhuti is asking, that soul and body are so intimately connected, it's very difficult to separate. So how can you say that the soul can be separated from the body, or soul can be released from the body? So without soul, the body is of no use, right?
Okay.
And without the body, you can't perceive the soul, right?
Yes, sir.
If the soul is there, but there is no body, like say there is a water, but you need some sort of a container to hold the water. Otherwise, the water will flow everywhere. You can't hold it. You need a container. So both are intimately connected. So Mata Devata is asking, since one is attracted to another eternally, how their separation is possible? Can you separate the soul from the body? That is a question. So Devati is asking a very important question. So Prabhupada is explaining this purport question by Devati Mata. Devati, the mother of Kapil Dev, here makes her first inquiry. Go ahead, read.
Although one may understand that spirit, soul, and matter are different, their actual separation is not possible, either by philosophical speculation or by proper understanding. The spirit soul is the marginal potency of Supreme Lord, and matter is the external potency of the Lord. The two eternal potencies have somehow other been combined, and since it is so difficult to separate one from the other, how is it possible for the individual soul to become liberated?
Very important question, right? Prabhupada is very nicely explaining the question proposed by Mata Devati that spirit soul is also energy of Krishna and matter is also energy of Krishna. And Krishna has combined these two, soul and the matter together, right? So, how is it possible that one can exist without the matter? It is very difficult to understand, right? So, how can soul become liberated from the body? Mukti, moksha, how is it that possible?
The practical experience, one can see that when the soul is separated from the body has no real existence. And when the body is separated from the soul, one cannot perceive the existence of soul. As long as the soul and body are combined, we can understand that there is life.
So Prabhupada is saying that body and soul together makes the life together. It makes a complete circle. How can a soul exist without the body? It's very difficult to fathom. But when they are separated, there is no manifested existence of the body or the soul. This question asked by Devati of Kapil Dev is more or less impelled by
Philosophy.
philosophy of
Void.
voidism. So there is one philosophy because of voidism, which means that uh, the philosophy of voidism, nirvisheshavad, which means that when the body is finished, everything is finished. What does that say? They say
Material
this is
things.
the only life, you enjoy it, because when the body is finished, there is nothing existing because body is everything now. Because without body, soul cannot exist, right? So this voidism, nirvisheshvad, it says that Shunyavad, Shunyavad actually, it says that everything is zero. Ultimately, everything will be zero. There is no existence as such. So, whatever it is, this life, there is no life beyond this life. We say that body is finished, you get another body,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
Soul is eternal, but the body is changing. That is the relationship. So the material body or the spiritual body. So here the Devati Mata is asking question whether there is only one type of body, material body, or there is a spiritual body also, which cannot finish. Huh? But the Vaidism says that this is the only body you enjoy it, otherwise everything will be finished. So people do whatever they want, irresponsible life. But they do not know that they will be degraded. Next life will be, if you behave irresponsibly, then this life is human life. Next life will be animal or insect or bird or reptile, and then you go through the cycle again. So the philosophy of Vaidism is that the soul by itself has no means. It is just the body and soul, and then body is finished. The soul is also finished. Like that. The voidists say that consciousness is a product of combination of matter. So as soon as the consciousness is gone, the material combination dissolves and there is ultimately nothing but the voidism. So what do they say? That this consciousness, there is nothing like soul, according to them. The voidists say that the soul does not exist. As soon as the body is finished, everything is finished because the consciousness is combination of chemicals. You understand?
Yes.
They do not believe in the soul. They say that this is the only life, enjoy material. When you burn, you die, everything is finished. That is called as Buddhism. This absence of consciousness is called nirvana in the Mayavad philosophy. So this type of philosophy, Buddhism philosophy, is not encouraged. But Devati Mata is asking the question on our behalf that Purusham Prakrute Brahma na vimuchati karhachit. Vimuchati means release. So karhachit at any time. So how can material nature ever give release to the spirit soul? So everybody is always interested in asking questions. So we should ask the questions which are relevant to our life. Now Devati Mata is asking a question which is very important for us because there will be some philosophers or people on the planet who will explain us that this life is everything, there is no life after this life. You understand?
Yeah.
So we have to be very careful when we accept such Mayavadi philosophies. When somebody comes and says that, oh, there is no soul, the body is the combination of chemicals and the chemicals gives you life. Then we can ask them, okay, if I give you all the chemicals, can you make a life? You understand?
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, they say that the body is made up of calcium, magnesium, iron, and all the minerals and salts and elements. So can you make a body with the combination of material elements? When somebody is dead, we say that he has gone, but the body is still there. Why do you say he is gone?
So
So what is the soul is gone? Huh? No matter how beautiful one looks, as soon as the soul leaves the body starts decomposing. You understand?
yes, sir.
When a child is small, the body is small. When they grows, the big body grows. Even when you see your picture when you are 5 year old, you say this is me. Then you are 10 year old, you say me. 15 me, 25 me, 50 me. All the pictures, but you are changing in the picture. But then what is that me which is constant?
So
That is the soul. So there are many scientific evidences where the soul has been proven. And there is a scientist called Ian Stevenson. Ian Stevenson has recollected children's less than 6 years old, 3,000 children who can remember their past lives. And all these children, he took them to the place of previous life. The children could identify everybody in the family by the name and the relationship. So this is documented in the video and audio format and the paper format. This is where many YouTube videos are also available where children are able to recollect their previous lives. So we can see here that there is evidence of soul being transmitted from one body to another. There is a scientific evidence. There is a philosophical and spiritual evidence as well from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. But reincarnation is proven by the science that the soul does exist. Right? So here Mata Devati is asking this question, but this question is very relevant to all of us because human existence has two sides, material and spiritual. What is most important is the spiritual side of existence. Material existence is important, but it is temporary,
only for this life.
while spiritual existence is the eternal. The purpose of material life is that it facilitates your spiritual life. Purpose of body is to facilitate your spiritual activities. For me, uh, my body is very important because it helps me to serve Krishna. It helps me to understand Krishna consciousness. It helps me to serve the community and the nation and the people and all the living entities around us because they are all part and parcel of Krishna. So for me, my body is important because my body is able to help me to serve Krishna. Understand? Without body, it would be difficult for me to serve Krishna in this material world. When I go to spiritual world, yes, I will get a spiritual body. But in the material world, this material body is important. So we should respect all the material elements because they are part and parcel of Krishna, but use the elements for service of
Krishna.
Krishna, not for your own personal exploitation. People exploit the material nature by destroying the material nature. They think that they are proprietor of everything. So people destroy the mother nature. It is our responsibility to serve the nature because the nature is part and parcel of
Krishna.
Krishna. So you should not neglect your body because body is helping you to serve Krishna. At the same time, not to think that the body is everything. My existence is body. No, it is not. Like you take care of your car because car helps you to transportation, right? If you do not service your car, then your car will break down and your transportation will be difficult. But then, how much time should you spend for servicing of the car is very important. If you are servicing your car 24 by 7, 365 days a year, then probably you are a crazy boy. Is that right? Because car servicing doesn't take that much time. How much time it takes? Maybe one day
Once
in
in
a
a
month,
month. Yeah.
right? Or one in few months. One. Similarly, in our body, the soul is important. Yes, body is important for us for our journey to Krishna. It's a vehicle, but thinking that 24 by 7 I will just serve the body. Morning you get up, then you eat and sleep and fighting and mating and defending and so spending all the time for maintenance of the body, it's a disease. It's a mental psychological disease. Suppose somebody spends all the time on the telephone, iPhone or whatever the digital phone, all the time on the phone. Is that good? That's a disease. That's called digital intoxication. Similarly, spending all the time for the body doesn't make any sense. Yes, you have to do some exercise, maybe 20, 30 minutes a day. You do some yoga and pranayam. You do eat. Food is required for the body, right? Then you do sleep also. Sleep is also required. But how much sleep? Maximum 6 hours, not more than that. Then food, two times a meal is more than enough. Eating all the time is a disease. If you eat all the time, people are eating 4, 5, 6, 10 times a day. How much food? So morning and evening, 2 times is more than enough. And that also, like if your life is not very active, you don't need much calories, right? And then entertainment has to be limited. And then work, people are working all the time. Sometimes people are working 2 shifts, 3 shifts. Then they spoil their life in material things. So body and soul, yes, it's important to take care of the body, but not all the time. And then remaining time they spend for the whatever little time left, bodily relations, my friend and my family and my this and that. Then where is the time for the soul? There's no time because now you have no time for Krishna, right? So one has to decide that okay, this much time is for Krishna, and that time I cannot give to anybody else. You understand? Okay, we'll pause here. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay, Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki.
Yeah,